6 o'clock on the dot. We were live earlier. One of the pieces we carved up right here. I gotta do some paint work. Figured I'd jump on and do it with you guys. We're gonna do paint work with a bunch of stuff in the back, so why not go live twice in one day? Double dip, see what happens, right? See what happens. So yeah. Gotta figure out what color I want to do first here. Just gotta clean the airbrush off of every color, and that's paintbrush. We're just going to go red and get everything touched up with red first. And then we'll kind of go from there. It's a little chilly out here this evening. Tell you what. Hope you're all doing good. Thanks for the thumbs up already. Appreciate it. We had big numbers earlier today. About 20,000 viewers came through on our live chainsaw carving this piece and a few others. So that was absolutely awesome. Thank you to everybody. Stick with the red for a minute. Got some touch-ups to do on some other pieces, so touch these up real quick. Tone this bright red down back just a little bit. Go through, do black. Gotta paint the beaks on these guys still, but while I got red mixed up and ready to go, might as well do all the touch-up stuff before moving on. Hope you're all having a great evening. Wasn't sure how this live would do because we had such a big live earlier in the day, and sometimes you go live twice in a day and YouTube kind of squashes it, you know? So if you're here, you're hanging out, you're watching, smash that thumbs up for me, guys. Carve these pieces up with the chainsaw, though. Trying to get some touch-up work done, get them ready. I got to drop stuff off to the store tomorrow. Usually I like to be done with my work day, but sometimes when the iron's hot, you gotta strike, you know? What's going on, everybody? 9 watching, 2 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Toning this red back just a touch. This right now they're painted red with the with spray paint. Now we're toning it back with just some red paint and airbrush. We got some pretty neat pieces though. We got to do some airbrush work on this evening. Got this here cardinal perched in a tree. We got 2 cardinals perched in a tree. We got a moose, some little bears. Yeah, Tony. The bells ring at 6 p.m. and at noon, like all week long. And then on the weekends, I believe it's 9 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. Whatever. It is what it is. Cleaning up the red. I know I gotta get some different lighting going on in here. I think I gotta get some lighting back behind the camera. Kind of messes everything up that all the lights are behind me. It creates such a shadow. I need 2 more LEDs out here, I think. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Doing some paint work on chainsaw art we did. 12 people watching, 4 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's see. Last small touch up for smaller cardinals. And we got 1 more cardinal perched in a tree. We got to get the red on. And then we're going to move into actually move into brown before black. So get the moose done, get the tree that needs to be painted done. Yeah, Murky Waters. I'm going to be painting them bears tonight. Yeah, back again, you know. Bear and the Boss Lady, what's up? Thanks for being here. Again. Appreciate you guys. I gotta get this stuff prepared for the store tomorrow, so I was like, you know what, might as well just planned on being out here doing it tonight anyway. Might as well go live with you guys and do some paint work together, right? Let you guys know, usually I just use spray paint, rattle can. Spray them up and be done, but I gotta bust the airbrush out for some other stuff, so might as well airbrush these. That one's done. Let's see, that one's gotta get painted red. This one red. And we have moose with a birch tree. Bear with a pine tree, and a standing bear. So we actually got quite a few pieces here to work on with the airbrush tonight. I use a Pache airbrush. I got a cheap one off Amazon, but I'm not running it tonight. This is a PAASCHE, maybe? Something like that. I got 2 of these. I've had one since I was like 16. I'm gonna be 40 this year. And the other one I bought after YouTube started going for me. I really want to get a dual action top feeder though, a little bit better brand. The siphon from here can make it tough sometimes, depending on the paints. All I'm running to is an exterior acrylic paint. Sample paints. Oh, they covered up the brand sticker. I think it's Benjamin Moore Deluxe. I don't know. It's like an outdoor paint stain that's water-based. And so I'll thin them out a little bit. Usually one of these little containers full of paint. I pour it in, and I do about half a container of water. And then I put it in these ketchup bottles. Keep the lid on when you don't use it. It usually gives me about the right consistency. Now I'm not getting super fine lines. I'm not like, you know, doing that sort of airbrushing. So I put a wider nozzle on this. I can't remember what it is. I've had it for so long. Because we're just kind of, you know, we're painting, but we're trying not to get a ton of overspray like we get with a rattle pin. I was going to have the airbrush linked in the video, and then I went live before I put it in the shop tab, so I kind of forgot. But if you follow any of my Amazon links from the description to Amazon, and you look up an airbrush and you buy through that link, I'll get a little bit of kickback if you decide to buy something. Yeah, I definitely got to get 2 more LEDs on that side of the camera so it lights up, so you guys can see a little better. Yeah, so the airbrush that I got, I can't remember what brand it is. It comes with a little pump built right in. The pump doesn't work for me. It works. Like I did a little review on Amazon about it. It works, but it just doesn't keep up with this style of airbrushing. The little pump seems to work well, I would say, if you're doing small stuff, very, very light work. The airbrush itself isn't bad, it's just different. And I just didn't want to go live with something I'm not used to using, to be honest. Yeah, $100 at Harbor Freight. I think this airbrush itself, when I first bought it, might have been $130 back in the day. And I want to say now they might be about $80. I don't quite remember. It's been a minute. I've had this one for a few years. The other one I still have. It works. I had just bought 2 for a backup. The thing with buying a name brand is if you need new seals or parts, you can go on their website. Even if you buy a name brand one off Amazon, like you can go to Pache.com and order up new seals and stuff like that. I only had to do that once. It's only because I dropped it in the sawdust and shit. Kind of hard to find sometimes in a pile of sawdust, you know. Airbrushing, not bad. It's time consuming, that's why I don't always do it. Once I have it out and several pieces ready to go, then to me it's worth my time. But like with these cardinals, we'll be able to add shading. And shading on these is the kind of detail that'll really make them pop. We'll be able to add blacks. Black lines, do the face and the beak with different colors, right? And it'll really make that piece stand out. This one might have to stay right here. I think we'll leave right here though. I do recommend airbrushing with a mask. My fan is going, and this is why I'm standing here and blowing, you know, airbrushing that way. So the fan is actually blowing all my overspray away from me. You know how I know that method works? I go in the house and I blow my nose, and it's not all paint colored. Does it always work? No, not every time. Most of the time. Cue the person that's going to say, you're going to get cancer from that. There you go, Bear. Get the boss lady airbrushing her stuff, man. I try to get the kids to do this stuff for me. They'll do it, you know, they'll attempt it, and they're like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. They even offer to pay them. They even offer to pay them. Nah, okay. Whatever. Still, they need some. Dad, can I buy a... Yep, go ahead and get these pieces painted, and I'll give you the money for it. Not everything, though. Certain things. Certain things. They can do a little work for it. It's good for them. Of course, they make them wear a mask, though. Hope you're all doing well. My fingers are cold out here today. 42 watching, 7 thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Smash that thumbs up if you're here. I'm in upstate New York. We're airbrushing some pieces I chainsaw carved earlier today and earlier this week. And we are dropping temp. We are, we're like maybe 54, I think, right now. We're brisk. The fan's not helping either. Chilly. I'll tell you what though, if you're gonna do smalls, make yourself a lazy Susan kind of thing. Look at that. I feel like I'm on QVC. Look at this, guys. You see this piece right here? This piece right here carved up with a chainsaw. It could be yours. One of a kind piece carved with a... I don't know all the hand movements. With a chainsaw. Yep. QVC. I need a little motor that just spins it for me. Gonzalo, thank you, I appreciate it. Trying to keep it pretty real, man. Keep it clean. I'm just working. Doing what I love, creating art, sharing it with everybody. Teach chainsaw carving here. It's the troll turkey. Yeah, definitely. Doing a lot of welding on the page. That's what we're all about. Sometimes I just don't know. We get comments from people and I just don't even know what to make your guys' comments. Is this electric welding? No. We're airbrushing chainsaw carvings. Thanks. Candy corn is a quick sell sort of item, you know? It's the kind of thing somebody could walk into one of the local shops, spend 35 bucks on it. Gets my name out there and gets my work out there. It's fun. Kids like it. So you make them cheap, and you know, they sell good. It's not. I'd love to say, you know, business is always. It's always about the next big sale, which it kind of is. But sometimes those small sales get that big sale for you. You know. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Yeah. Well, you know, your mindset can change, especially when you're doing it full time and things like that. You know, perspective and how you want to approach your art and your sales and the things that you do. I'm also realistic. Not everybody can afford a big intricate, detailed piece. So why not, you know, like add pieces to your line that people can't afford? And don't get me wrong, I've got pieces like furniture that I build, because I build some high-end rustic furniture. I've got pieces in oh, gotcha, Carlo. All right, I thought you were busting my chops. We get a lot of that on here sometimes. Nah, it's airbrush. I'm getting ready to change colors, so right now I'm cleaning the red out. Working on cleaning the red out, which is always the toughest. I should have just done the bird last, because cleaning the red out is like just ridiculous. I got a can over here. Clean the paint out, dump it out, do it again, brush it out, try to scrub it before I can move on to the next part. It's like, this is why using the airbrush is such a pain in the butt sometimes. 63 watching. Here, let me spin this. You guys can see a little bit better what we're doing. Cardinal perched in a tree. In a minute, I'm gonna leave the rest of this red in here. We're just gonna. What colors do I gotta run? Darn it, goofed up. We should have ran white first. We're gonna have to see if we can clear the red out and run white. That's fun. Run white right after red. I really don't know what I'm thinking sometimes. The nice thing though with acrylic-based paints is it's just water-based. So you're trying to just use water. The other thing that's getting me is usually I got hot water out here, but you know me. Forget stuff. Calm down. Yep, carved it to look like bark. Does it look cloudy? Or like foggy on your guys' end? Like when I'm looking at the screen, it kind of looks hazy. Let me see if I can wipe this camera off, because it looks, it might be my lighting. Stand by. It's my lighting. I'm gonna have to go get 2 new LEDs and put them up behind the camera, because everything's here and back. So this is all lit up really nice for me to work, but then it creates this shadow and you guys can't see well. That's kind of weird. So here's this one. Bit of a close-up. Just airbrush the bird. Rocks, tree going over, all one piece, one chunk of wood. Here's this one we carved together earlier today on the live, so if you guys want to see it, you can. That live already uploaded. So it'd be a tree over a stone, cardinal perched, good wood, bark peeling away all the way down. So we're going to be adding more color to both of these here in just a few minutes. I think I've got the red out, so I really need to put the white on the tree trunk for the moose first. I should have done the white before I even attempted the red. That was my mistake. So this is going to be a white birch tree, so yeah, I should have done the white first. You know, you keep going, you don't even think about it sometimes. And I think where that is, oh, there it is, all right. Goodness, I hope I grabbed the wood. Let's see. So like I was saying, it's kind of foggy a little at the top. Yeah, I think that's because of the lighting, to be honest. So I wiped the camera off, but I think that's the lighting that's creating that foggy look at the top of the screen. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. You know, sometimes painting isn't the most glamorous thing, so it's cool to have 70 people on here with 13 thumbs up already. I appreciate it. Well, either we're going to have a white birch tree or a pink birch tree, because I'm enough knucklehead and started with red instead of... So for my new carvers, this is one way though to definitely take your pieces to like a whole new level. You know, when you can not even master, but kind of gain the skill of airbrushing, do some practice, figure your paint schemes out, know what you want to do ahead of time, you can really, really amp your piece up, even if you just add highlights and you don't do anything super detailed. Thanks, Tucker. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if you guys are here watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all. A lot of times we're running chainsaws. But like I said, I gotta get these pieces done for tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm gonna get them all done tonight. We'll see. I may have to get out here bright and squirrely and make my trip to the store a little bit later in the day. Who knows? Usually I'm in the house hanging out with everybody, but everybody's got plans, so alright, these are my plans. This is me hanging out, you know? This is usually when my buddy calls, like, hey, what are you doing? You want to come over? I'm like, no, I'm still, you know, working. I think that white is going to stand out enough. This stands out pretty darn good next to the moose there, doesn't it? It's pretty decent. I'll take that. Let's clean this out. Yeah. Let's see. All right, stand by. I'm not going far. Don't run away. Yeah, good gravy. Rinsing out my airbrush. I guess we're done with the red. Red is such a pain in the butt to wash out of everything. The only thing I wish is cleaning out the airbrush was a tad easier. I mean, it is sometimes if I remember to bring hot water out. You know what, Tucker? I did a whitetail buck with a doe and a fawn a few years back. I took one single log, I cut it in half top to bottom. One side's the buck, the other side's the doe and the fawn standing together. That was there. That was just a piece to do, but then somebody actually ended up buying it, which is really cool. It's a small piece. It's not like life size or anything. I want to say overall, maybe 3 feet tall overall. Just, you know, like small deer. The kind of thing somebody could have easily in their home if they wanted, or on the porch or something like that. That was cool. That was challenging, you know, to do a rack and not snap the antlers off. I think that whole piece, though, the buck with the does, and I think that was about, probably about 3 feet tall, actually. It's pretty cool. But you could take the two halves. You got the doe and the fawn and the buck. The doe and fawn would face this way, the buck faced that way. You'd squeeze them together, and it was one scene, or you could separate them and put them in different like areas if you wanted. You know. Hopefully that kind of Makes sense. Alright, we gotta do some browns. We gotta put brown on our moose. We gotta put brown on all our tree trunks. So we'll do all our brown before we move into black. Crud, I gotta do green on that tree too. We'll do all our brown and then maybe green and then probably black. Just about all the pieces need black. Cardinals, everything. So the cardinals need orange on the beak as well. Let's see how that goes. That I might put on with a brush, I'm not sure. Let's see if this works. Where is it? A little bit of brown. Cool thing with the airbrush though, like I said, you do a little bit of overspray, I don't worry about it. Like even this piece, the burn, little extra burn from the torch will kind of shine through the brown. The brown's not going on super heavy. Just enough to kind of highlight the piece. But then when we add some black for highlights later, it'll take the piece to like another level. I know, if you're here for like one piece, sorry I'm jumping around, guys. It's just easier that way for me, running the airbrush, to not have to rinse all those colors constantly. So these things were carved up with a chainsaw. Most of these pieces were carved live at one point or another. The cardinals we carved live the other day. That video is uploaded if you want to watch it. The cardinals in a tree, we carved one of those on my other channel, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue. And one of the cardinals in a tree we carved right here live today. If you're here watching, smash that thumbs up, guys. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all for me. I enjoy doing smaller pieces like this because this is the kind of thing where we could ship this just about anywhere and it not be a ridiculous shipping cost. You know, something like this, I could probably get this to California for like 25, 35 bucks. Which, in the scheme of things, somebody would be like, oh, that's a lot, but if you've shipped anything across country, $25 in shipping is nothing. You gotta remember, this isn't Amazon, you know? That's what kills small businesses these days, really. People are used to the free shipping rates of Amazon and the super cheap rates of Amazon, and then they order from a small business, and it's like, holy cow, I got free shipping? Or we tack on another 40 bucks and say, it's free shipping for free. That moose will be about done. He'll need a little bit of black when we get into the black. I know, right? Murky Waters? I hear you. 71 people right now that smashing that. Sometimes I wonder if they're just YouTube bots. Make me feel good, you know? Thanks, Tony. Listen, that's like, you talk about improving on my carvings as I go. That's something that like I try to explain to you guys or tell you guys, like, never stop trying to improve, never stop learning. Somebody can always do it better than you. Somebody always carves better than me. Somebody always is more attentive to detail and all kinds of things like that. And so their art looks way better than mine, right? And so I have a mindset of like, honestly, I want to constantly be learning, progressing and doing better, because then that gives me the ability to help you guys out that are learning and progressing and wanting to do better. You want to turn your stump into something that's 4 feet tall. Well, the question is, you say, what should you use? What are you used to using? If you're not a chainsaw carver, that could prove to be difficult or dangerous. If you don't run carving tools, that could prove difficult or dangerous. You can cut a tree, it's ugly. Yeah, fair enough. Could always do something simple, you know? I don't know. I carve, so it's tough to give out other ideas. What'd you do, guy? You fall? Yeah?
360.
Are we bleeding? Move your hand. You got a nice lump on the kneecap there. Yeah.
The back
1 second.
is how you have slipped.
Yeah, yeah.
Since it's
Raining.
Since it's sprinkling.
Yeah.
I changed
Bang. Yeah, your knee's all banged up. I see it. You're good, though. Good job walking it off.
it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, watch for cars. Be safe out there, all right?
Keep doing it forward.
Yeah. Yeah, let's try not to fall, all right? TS, I see your comment. That'd be fun. It'd be neat, right? Carve up candidates, do something like that. But the problem is, if we get on that sort of topic here, the views go right in the toilet. And that just seems to be what YouTube does on this channel. So we tend to stay right away from politics and all that. Give everybody a break from the news station and the choose this or choose that kind of side of stuff. It's not a cop-out, so I'm pretty pretty firm in my belief and what my plans are as far as that topic goes. But this, like any business, is a business. And if you run a business where you want to be able to hit everybody, you gotta be able to, you know, leave that stuff out. So there's the tree, all brown. You could cut stuff with a chainsaw. Do it up. Now that would be fitting. Listen, Elise, I think, right? Elise? If you're looking to carve, I got beginner carving tutorials. You could always practice on a smaller piece before you go to tackle your tree stump. 2 camera angles and walk you through cut for cut, step by step. Two camera angles, cut for cut, step by step, walk you through how to create like a bear, pumpkins, which you don't want to do a pumpkin because that's a seasonal thing, but all kinds of different stuff. That's right, Murky. You deal with enough of it like all day long, right? You're here because you don't want to watch the news. That's the way I see it. Me neither. Me neither. So what I'm going to try to do with the brown, I just want to go into the cut. Where the cut is deeper for the bark, that's where I want to try to lay the brown and not have it like all over, which it'll work and it won't work. I don't want it to be solid brown. I still want you to see like some natural wood and the burn that's there. I'll admit, I don't usually do this, but I wanted to take this piece and the other piece just a step further this year. These tend to be really good sellers for me right after Halloween. Cardinals start doing well, especially pieces like this, double, triple cardinals in a tree. Last year, single cardinals, honestly, I think I was selling for around $250. Pieces like this, though, with the extra, we didn't do airbrush work. Pieces like this with the airbrush work, though, we're gonna probably be getting a bit higher. price this year. The little guys over there, though, we're going to stay probably in the $70 range. The smaller cardinals, about less than a foot tall. Last year they were 65 bucks a piece. I couldn't make them fast enough, so this year we'll bump them up another $5, and if they sell the same, or I can't keep up, or I get just enough orders, we'll leave them there. But sometimes that's, you know, kind of the game you gotta play when you're doing this stuff. You gotta figure out what works in your area for what piece, all that kind of fun stuff. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now you guys can see that bark on that tree there. It really pops. Oh, Tucker asked. So, like this piece, I'm going to put like, I don't know, $275 to $300 probably on it. Once all the airbrush work's done, might be closer to $300. Lisa, moving your carbon from outside into a tent. Do you have issues with the gas saws in there? Absolutely. Cool, man. Womp womp. I don't know what you're womp womping about. What are you, 12? Yeah, so gas saws and fumes. I've got sidewalls on the tent. If I'm running gas saws, I drop those. This is why I got this big fan here. Blasts through, and there's another fan hanging at the other end, and so we have airflow. Ideally, it'd be better if I didn't have that tarp in the back, but back there I have finished pieces kind of hidden. And so I'll open the wall up. It'll bring fresh air in and blow fumes out. But, you know, I still have days where if airflow is not good, you're sick. I mean, the smell of exhaust, that'll put you out, mess you right up. So when I can, especially in cold weather, rainy days tend to be the biggest issue with fumes. Airflow isn't good, there's a low pressure, and so it keeps everything low, it seems like. You know, keeps the fumes in your face rather than rising up and out. I'll do a lot of, yeah, without good flow. Well, yeah, I mean, we're breathing in, you know, obnoxious fumes. I'll wear the RZ mask too. Like you guys see a lot wearing that RZ mask. This does not filter out exhaust fumes or paint fumes or anything like that. This helps deflect, you know, exhaust while I'm carving, just like the smoke and stuff. But you're still, this isn't, you know, that's just for dust. That doesn't separate any of the other crap out of the air. So gotta have good airflow. Like if you're gonna carve in somewhere with gas saws, really gotta have a good fan. Like, don't buy the white box fans. Those things are junk. Spend at minimal $50 on a, what is it, 20 or 24 inch metal fan that really has a high CFM. Have 2 of them blowing, so you got good airflow, and you know, stay on top of that. Get chilly out here. The comment cracks me up still. Womp womp. Oh, it sounds like one of my kids. Womp womp. That's how you know you got a younger generation watching. I appreciate you guys joining me. 65 watching, 28 thumbs up. That's solid. That's a solid evening, especially for going live twice in one day. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. waiting for the boss to get back. She's gonna say, "Hey, what are you doing? We gotta watch a show. Get in here." I have no idea what show it's gonna be, but yeah. Then I'll have to be out here about 5 a.m. tomorrow when it's 40, trying to get these done. So by noon the paint will be dry, and we can take them. And that's not a complaint either. Like this kind of stuff, you love doing that. If you do this, you get it. You know you love it. It doesn't matter. You love the whole aspect of what it is you're doing, weather, whatever. You get caught up doing what you're doing, loving what you're doing, and you know all that other stuff really doesn't matter. Like my fingers are chilly, but it's not gonna make me go in the house. Look at that. Oh, I'm really happy with that. That looks really cool. And that right there, that's another hard one too, guys. It's okay to be happy with a piece once in a while, you know? It truly is. But sometimes that's the hardest thing as a carver and artist, to be happy with your own work. See the bark peeled away. That's what I love doing, that look with the bark peeling away. Got our stone underneath, so we're gonna set this aside. We gotta do the brown on the other one. Actually, maybe we'll just stick that there for now. This one. This one has no airbrush work. The burn came out pretty good, so we'll just leave it. Let's see, you want to add brown, just go to highlights. And I can use a little brown around the bird, I guess. Appreciate y'all spending time with me this evening while I paint these chainsaw carvings up. Today we were live carving some pieces. That video is uploaded if you all want to, if anybody wants to, you know, see how we got to this point. And if it's your first time being here, be sure to give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all, turn on notifications so you don't miss future uploads or live feeds. YouTube's really pushing the live feed thing right now, so that's why would I do that, man? Why would I do that? Alright, let's rinse a little bit of this out of here. I think we're done with the brown. Oh, yeah. The whole hoodie thing? Yeah. We're not running saws tonight. We're just airbrushing, so I'm not worried about it. So usually if I'm wearing a hoodie and it's cold, they go like that. Or the whole string's pulled out. I got a bunch of hoodies, the string's just pulled out. It's not just the saw, but man, your angle grinder, your die grinder grabs that. It's not just going to pull through the hoodie. It's going to choke you out. But that's like anything. A lot of people get upset. I'll wear gloves with die grinders when it's, 20 degrees in the car. And they don't wear gloves. It's so dangerous. Yeah, so is crossing the street. Whatever. I get it. Should be more safe. But sometimes, you gotta weigh out you gotta weigh it out. As far as the thing in the hoodie though, weigh that out. Take that thing out and throw it inside the zipper. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that right now. black, but I should probably go to gray. So we'll do some gray on these rocks, but I don't usually airbrush them. I got a little secret, but I'll tell you guys because you're here. When you do the rocks, you buy rock paint. Rock paint. I shouldn't tell you guys that. That's what you do. Dakota, what's up? Wow. Young kids up here this evening. Daniel, no. Tim, yes, with the chainsaw. Sure did. Now we're just working on adding color. Hope you're all having a good evening. Appreciate you all tuning in. If you guys want to see how I made these pieces, the live feed videos are probably uploaded, so you can check them out. This one I carved live on my other channel, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue. But this guy we carved live today. This guy that you can't see. There's one over here though. Carved this one live today right here on this channel. That video is uploaded and live. Carved some pumpkins today, cardinals, worked on a bunch of stuff. I think we had about 20,000 viewers for today's live, so that's absolutely awesome to have. So thanks to everybody that was there and is showing up here. Appreciate you guys. Chainsaw carving and YouTube is what I do full time. Every day's a hustle. YouTube doesn't pay millions of dollars to channels like mine. It pays more like hundreds. So this is not a Mr. Beast multi-billion-dollar channel. But this is what we do full time. We sell our art, we make videos, we teach other people how to do the same, and we hang out and do our best to have a good time. So there's our rocks for now. We gotta do the rocks on two other pieces before we move into black. Got a little stone on the base of this tree we gotta get colored. Thanks, Dakota. I appreciate it. Serious, Marky? Alright, I'm done with this guy. You're gone. Neptune, see you later. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for ridiculousness. Like, if you're gonna act like you're free, bye-bye. No, probably not, David. I only do that when my kids are being annoying. That's how I'm annoying back to them. Murky Waters, rock paint. So you find it in the spray paint section. It's like stone paint, or it looks textured paint, textured stone paint. I mean, that's what the can says. It's kind of what it looks like. I'd show you, but I don't have any left. That's why we're not using it. So it has a texture to it. It sprays out multiple different colors of paint sometimes, and it makes it look like a stone or a rock. It's pretty neat. Fox Rider. I've done a couple Blue Jays, but I don't get a lot of requests for them. Like, I haven't had enough requests for them to do like a production line or to create a whole bunch for a store. I've got a store I think right now that has like 2 in it, and they've been in there since last year. So it's kind of like a lot of people here in New York some people love Blue Jays and some people hate the Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays take from the bird feeders, and the other birds can't get to it. So some people hate blue jays. No problem, Lisa. All right, where were we? Gotta do this rock and another one, and then green, and then we're moving into black. Once we get to black, we'll really be wrapping pieces up. Little stone. Thoroughly enjoy carving detailed pieces like this and being able to being blessed with the ability to airbrush them and see it ahead of time and make it happen. This is the stuff. This is the stuff I really, really love to do. Pieces like the bear with the tree, little rock, little detail added. Or the cardinal, love making these. The moose with the birch tree, this stuff this is what keeps it fun. Even if those pieces don't sell right away because people don't like the prices or something, that's okay. I get a thrill out of making it, pushing myself to do something different, and sharing it with you guys, Johnny, yeah, I've done a few. I actually had a guy, I know it's not a beaver, but it was a woodchuck earlier this year. There's a video on here doing it, carving it up. Had a woodchuck with a steel chainsaw. It's only about that big. Guy was like, my friend would call my friend Woodchuck. Could you carve this for me? I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. So we did that up. But I've probably only done 3 actual beavers. Nothing really big, just pieces that are 24 inches or shorter as far as that goes. There's usually not a big request. A lot of people find that to be a menace on their property, so usually they don't want that as a carving. Now this is a style of my own, adding the rock in the base. When I started carving, I never saw anybody do this. This was of my own creation, saying, hey, I want to carve trees that are over rocks when I carve pieces, because honestly, I see this somewhat of a style in the woods when we're hiking or we're hunting or we're out in the woods, we're camping. We see trees that grow over rocks, maybe not exactly like this, but something similar. And so when I started chainsaw carving, I was like, man, I want to be able to kind of replicate that look. When I started, I know I've seen it, plenty of other people have done it, but when I started, I didn't see anybody else doing this kind of stuff. And it is just one of the things that I'm pretty happy that I enjoy it. Carving stones. It's really awesome when a customer is like, wow, I love this. How did you get the rock in there? And you're like, I didn't. It's a piece of wood. I just painted it. No, you didn't. And then you pick it up and you go, yeah, it's all the same chunk of wood. Let's see. We're going to do a little more touching up on that gray before we switch over to green. A couple pieces just need a little more. Seems to have soaked in. Let's do the green next. We'll move on to black. Black is our final one. Just about every piece needs black, whether it's highlights or whatever it might be. It's like a Jenga game out here with everything stacked. Thank you. What is my best selling item? Bears. Bears pay the bills. Bears. And then it depends on the time of year. It'll go bears, cardinals, pumpkins, those things, you know, bears all year long. We get into fall. Actually, we should be doing pumpkins August, so they're ready for September. Pumpkins, I can't keep up. And then as we go from fall to cooler weather heading into winter, cardinals. You know, you get into November. Yeah, like mid-November, and people start really wanting cardinals. And then if we get any kind of snow, cardinals. They just start getting really busy. But then after Christmas time, it's a dead zone. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I can't read your name, but I appreciate the comment. $78 watching with 34 thumbs up. Wow, that's pretty respectable for not running chainsaws tonight. You know, we've been having numbers 1 to 200 viewers with that kind of thumbs up on live. So to hit numbers like that and not even be running saws, I really appreciate y'all that are here. If you are here, smash that thumbs up for me. Double tap the screen. I've done some Santa carvings. Yeah, I think they're still at the store from like 3 years ago, to be honest. They just don't sell. Same thing with snowmen. I've done snowmen, carved up snowmen. I still have snowmen from 3 years ago. I've made them super simple. I even dropped prices. Snowmen that not as detailed though. Maybe I should try some this year that are like really detailed pieces like these. But I've done just basic 3-tiered snowmen with a hat, painted the face on. $40. Can't sell. 25 or $30, can't sell. $25, still have them. I'm like, where's all these ladies that are buying up snowmen at craft fairs? Because I can't get these things around. They sit at one of the stores. They take up shelf space. Whatever. Sometimes that just seems to be the way it is. Crazy. Wood spirit birdhouses. That's awesome. I had done some eagles, David. I've got some videos on here of some eagle carvings I've done. I'm in upstate New York, and you would think I'd do more eagles, but it is not a request very often. I've only recently, I would honestly say, I've started to really hone in my eagle carving skills, so that could, my order for those could change, you know, as I'm getting better with them. Well, we're sitting here doing these pieces, and I know you guys are like, man, these are awesome. There's plenty of things that, you know, I struggle with carving and creating. And a lot of it, I say struggle, but a lot of it's just like comes down to, just like what I tell you guys, practice is key. Study the form, think about your cuts, what it is you're trying to go for, and like practice, you know. But when you start doing the art form as a way to pay the bills, you kind of get focused in on the items that sell the most, and so you practice those the most. And what works, what you can get done the fastest, how many you can get done in a short period of time, so you can, you know, have the store buy up a whole bunch of them or drop them off, or, you know, whatever it's going to be. And then you kind of stick to, while I hate production carving, there are certain things that you just got to do, you know, especially if it's what's paying the bills. Like pumpkins. I'm tired of pumpkins. I'm sick of them. But if somebody wants a pumpkin, you know, we'll carve it up. It's that time of year. I mean, I've already done a couple hundred pumpkins this year, I think, which really isn't a lot. I've got 3 stores that'll sell them. I could probably have a couple hundred pumpkins for each store if I wanted. I've carved crosses. I got a video on here. I was dressed up as Bob Ross. Bob Ross Tuesdays. Rob Ross Tuesdays. And we did for Easter the cross with the purple, is it the purple veil or like purple drape kind of draped over the cross. Did that all as one piece. That was pretty cool. That one we still have. I made that one just to make it, you know, because it was like Easter time and stuff. Oh, hey, LED. Yeah, you asked that earlier, didn't you? And I missed it. I have. John, I have. John, I see your comment. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. John asked if I'd carved something. It'll be neat. Oh, it'll be worth it. Don't go far. I gotta show you guys something. You guys out in the rain. I gotta bring these guys in. Stand by. John asked if I carved Michael Myers. Is this Michael Myers? No, that's not Michael Myers. John said, have you carved Michael Myers? That's not Michael Myers. Hold on. Wrong guy. Let's see. John, you still with me? Is this Michael Myers? No, that's not Michael Myers. What about this guy? I hope my wife's watching. She hates this guy so much. There's one. Not yet, he says. We did, I got Pinhead and I had Jason. Jason was the first one out the door. Oh, and Pennywise. We did a Pennywise. That was really cool too. Out the door. Jason and Pennywise, gone. Pennywise went out west somewhere. Jason was at a local craft fair. Somebody had to have him. I was kind of surprised Michael didn't go, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Pumpkins. How much? All right. I gotta get back to LED. Airbrushing hard. No. The biggest pain in the butt is switching colors and having to constantly rinse the cup. I use an exterior paint. It's an acrylic exterior paint. So acrylic means water-based, which means I get the paint. I can thin it out with water so it'll go through the airbrush, because most paints that you get like that are way too thick. I just go over to the hardware store. I look for their, what paint do you guys have that's exterior paint, and what color samples can I choose from, and then I pick out what I want and I have them mix it up for me. Then I order up some ketchup bottles, empty of course. I add my paint and I add some water till I get the consistency that I need. Now the nice thing is when this paint dries, you can spray a clear coat right over it if you want. I don't use the airbrush for that though. I'll buy clear coat in the can. I don't know if I got one out here. Usually I don't. I'm talking about it, but I'll use like the Rust-Oleum and I'll go right over the stuff with airbrush. And these are my paint bottles, just off Amazon. Ketchup bottles. You can shake them up as needed, just for mixing purposes. Baby kisses, how much do I sell pumpkins for? Pumpkins sell anywhere from 30 to and up. There was a time I was doing pumpkins for 25, but it's just not worth the effort. So pumpkins start at 30. They're about as big around as a football, maybe 8 inches tall. And then you go from there. A pumpkin that's about the size of a basketball is usually around 45 or 50 bucks. And that's like no jack-o'-lantern face. Well, actually basketball, a little bigger than a basketball, is usually about $50, $55. And then priced out accordingly if you put a face in it or whatever. colors, you gotta lay down a couple more coats than others. You thin that paint out. But this Benjamin Moore paint has like a translucent or a solid. I ended up going with a solid because by the time you thin it out, it makes it more of a translucent color anyway, and you got to do multiple coats. Thanks, John. Thanks, Thomas. I appreciate it. Isabel, what's up? Hoot and howl. Thank you. Yeah, LED paint brushes on chainsaw are, to me, like, you got to do what you got to do. But if you're laying the paint on as heavily as you do with a paintbrush, it takes away your detail work, you know, because the paint's so heavy, it looks plastic or, you know, whatever sometimes. So the only time I will use a paintbrush is like in the eyes, so you have like a solid eye color. Or, ooh, Jeanette from Las Vegas. That's awesome. Hey, everybody, where are you from? What's the temperature tonight? I always like seeing where you guys are all from. I know where a lot of you are from. You guys comment quite a bit. Right now I'm cleaning out the airbrush, getting ready for the next color we got to lay down. I'm in upstate New York. Ooh, we're down to 50. Down to 50. Nice warm in. All right. So, black. Need to do orange beaks, but I don't know if I want to mess around with the orange beaks or not. Probably should, huh? I want to though. I don't want to mess around with orange beaks. But I got them. Gotta do the orange before we do the black. So let's line all these guys up here again, all these small ones. Oh, this guy. That guy up there for now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Almost dumped him on the ground. 97. Jeez. Good golly. How long did it take to carve? Which one there, baby kisses? How long did it take to carve which one? You know, you watch. Was it like 20 minutes? 20, 25 minutes? Not usually too horribly long, you know? Yeah. This is the orange I need. I got 2 oranges because I did those walnut foxes, and I got orange thinking I was going to use it. And I didn't. Key here is going to be to not have a big line like that. Let's see how this goes. Might have to brush these on by hand because I'm not sure the orange is going to show. It doesn't always show when you airbrush it over the red. Not showing a whole lot there. It's alright, get a little overspray with the orange because we gotta still put the black faces on these guys and do like their You guys still got the AC on in Las Vegas? Man. I don't know if I want 97. 66 in Wisconsin, 75 in Oregon. Whew. Hootin' and hollers in Washington State. 11 degrees in Wales. Jason. Suddenly my 50 degrees feels so much warmer. I gotta get the shop ready here next week or so for get it prepped for using the wood stove. Make sure that chimney's cleaned out. I always say I'll do it at the end of the year and then I don't. I know that's probably dirty from last year. Climb up on the roof and sweep the chimney. And then get all the materials out of the shop that I thought I would use that I didn't use, because that happens. That accumulates all summer from projects and whatnot. I really want to be able to try and get stuff online by winter, but I don't know. I was talking to you guys earlier about the Shopify store, and like I set it up, but YouTube won't accept it, so it can be in the shop tab here while we're live and in my videos as like the bar that shows up, because there's something I did wrong and I don't know what the heck that is. But to have somebody set the whole thing up correctly, it's anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to have it set up the way you need it. And that's just, I don't know if I want to make that investment yet. I don't know if I want to make that investment yet, you know? $500 to $1,000, see if an online store is going to work. Yeah, it costs $40 a month to have a Shopify. The store is there, like people could go. Right now I have 3 items available on the Shopify store. I just don't have it linked right here. I don't mind paying $40 a month, but I'm not sure if I want to invest another $500 to $1,000 to have somebody go through my whole store and like revamp it so YouTube will accept it as a storefront. Although, in the scheme of business, that would be the way to go. And there's a chance that I will before snow falls, but just talking myself into doing it. Sometimes it's hard to determine if you're going to get the reward out of the investment. Thanks, LED. Appreciate you being here. No worries. Have a good one. We'll see y'all. I have an Etsy store that's linked in the description. But even that, they take a good percentage of your sales. There's no monthly fees, but every time you make a sale, you feel like you're getting ripped off because they take a good chunk of your money. If you try to jack your prices up, then nobody buys. Everybody offers free shipping somehow on pieces that are worth more than what they have on them. You know, buy a piece, $50, free shipping. And I'm thinking, it's $25 to ship it across the country, and that piece should sell for $50 cash in hand. So really, it should be $75 free shipping. I don't know how all that, it doesn't make sense sometimes. orange beak. I think that'll be that. Maybe. Let's not put that there. That guy's gonna fall and get broke. Maybe now we can move on to black. Wrap these up. I'm about ready to be done here tonight. What's going on, Aaron? Where do I sell most of my stuff? Local shops, to be honest. I've never had a sale through YouTube. Like, I've never had anybody reach out and say, hey, I watch your YouTube channel and I want to place an order. Although, I say that, I did actually just have my first sale through YouTube. My bad. I unintentionally lied to you. Susan Mackey. Told you guys I was going to be at a woodworker show in Blue Mountain Lake, New York. And I brought some carvings out of black walnut there. And Sue Mackey bought the fox that I carved out of black walnut. The video is on here. Cleaning out the airbrush here, so if we put black in it, it's got this bright orange we just did. So she bought that. But honestly, I've been on YouTube since 2015, and I think that's the first like YouTube sale. And it wasn't because somebody was like, wow, you do cool art, can you make me a piece? It was, I'm a big fan and I really want one of your pieces. So like if that concept, if that makes any sense, you know, if you're an artist or anything, you know, a sale's a sale. It just wasn't a, you know, like a custom order kind of sale. Which, don't get me wrong, it sounds like I'm being stupid about it, really, now I'm saying it out loud. But anyway. I do the marketplace. Facebook Marketplace does okay. It's getting overwhelmed. A lot of people are on there. So when it comes to that, you know, price point and your work is really key. Having people interested in what it is that you're doing. Yeah, my wife's not going to paint for me. It's not her thing. That's okay. I try to get the kids to do it, to be honest. Sometimes my son will come out and do a little bit of work for me, a little bit of paint work and clear coat, whatnot. I just actually had my son out here last week. The bear we did holding the trout, the welcome bear, I had him clear coat both those bears, 3-footers. I paid him for his work and his time, and he was happy to do it. When it comes to this stuff, I pay my kids for their efforts. If they help me, like I say to them, if I'm getting paid on the job and you help me complete the job or work through the job, then you'll get paid. But jobs I don't get paid on, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you to make your bed. I'm not paying you to help me rake the leaves. I'm not paying you to like shovel our driveway. I'm not paying you to do that stuff. No one's paying me to do that stuff, you know. But if you want to make money, then I'll set you up with jobs. I will set you up with things that I get paid on, and those will be things that you get paid on. Sometimes I think that concept and mindset we gotta have a little bit more, because you know, kids just want, which is fine. They're kids, they want, you know, but things just don't appear out of thin air. I'm gonna lay down some black. Problem with airbrushing black is it's so thin that I will have to go through and do multiple coats, but I'll probably have to wrap these up tomorrow. Like, I'll go through and we'll do a coat here tonight, at least. Add highlights if we want, shadowing, whatever. And then in the morning, I'll probably have to come out and do another coat of black before they're ready for the store. So I like more of a solid. It looks kind of solid because of the shadowing, but it's not. It's a very thin layer. It is great bonding time, Mayberry. What's the spray setup? I'm running the Pache airbrush right here, single action. And I got a big air compressor in the shop, and I got a airline that's just ran out here. I enjoy that time with the kids though, when they help. Like, my girls have helped. I've got daughters, they've helped me do stuff. They've painted, they've clear-coated carvings when they were younger, you know. One of them used to carve. She carved bears with a Dremel. She used to do really great. She'd sell more of those than I'd sell my work at craft fairs. Everybody wants to buy a bear that a kid made, you know. Oh, your kid made it? Yeah, I'll give them the money, not you. You got to pay the bills. I'll give them the money so they can go buy candy. Perfect. Boosts their morale though for the stuff they're doing. But they get older, they get different interests, you know, they don't want to do it, they don't want to hone their skill in or take it any further, and that's okay too. I'm not gonna push that stuff upon them, you know. They've got their own dreams and it's alright. Changes that look though, you start adding that airbrushing. A little bit of black on there. Just gonna lose it for a minute there. That's quite the comment there, Lazy. Cool. Murky, what you guys are asking? How much pressure? I think I'm only at like 20-25 pounds of pressure. Aaron asked, local shops do have consignment fees. I do a specific consignment fee that I have stuck to. I've had places want my work and tell me it's going to be a ridiculous fee though that they're going to take, and I say no thanks. I'd rather lose out in the sales than give my work away, basically. So you got to figure out a fee that works for you. On average, I'm doing about 25% to a shop. Keep in mind, the shop's got overhead, and they're collecting the sales tax. They're doing all that kind of stuff. Now, if you're selling through shops, I don't know. You got to know your own state laws and what you got to claim. Here in New York, I've got to, claim my income tax off that, all that kind of nonsense as a business, because that shop is claiming you as well. So they're making the sale from you. So you got to just make sure you cover your own butt so you don't get in trouble, tax time, and all that kind of stuff. But this is not tax advice. I am not a tax expert. Learn your own local state laws. That's what I see everybody always say when they say these things. Figured I better say that too. I see what's up, right? Lazy, yes, carved with a chainsaw. Chainsaw power tools, and now we're just airbrushing them. You can hit subscribe to the channel though if you'd like. And we got a lot of videos chainsaw carving and creating all kinds of stuff on here. Hey Clint, how's it going? 40%? 40%'s high, in my opinion. That's too high. There is a well-known shop, a very well-known shop that sells high-end rustic furniture, that sells my expensive rustic furniture that I build. And I want to say they're only at like 30, 35. I mean, 30 is pretty much I'm not chainsaw art. I'm not going over 30%. I had a store tell me they were making me a sweet deal. Sweet deal. We'll buy that truckload of carvings you got ready. I said, okay. They said, send us your retail prices. So this is what I'm going to sell this to the public, right? So I gave my retail prices for each one, and here's the total. Cool. We will give you 60% off, like 60% off that. So we're going to give you 40% of that price. No. Well, maybe we could work something out. Why? So you have a 60% markup on my work? I get 40%? What are you going to hand me? $2,000 out of the... no. No. No thanks. Well, usually we get a 60%, markup and commission off pieces and... Yeah. What are you dealing with? People that don't want to make money? Who? What? I don't know. I don't know how stores do that. I get it if they're ordering stuff like in bulk, from some other country or somebody that mass produces out of a machine. Not handmade goods though. Come on, if artists are bringing their work into that specific shop and allowing that shop to take 60% of their profits, that builder, that artist is getting ripped off. That is not cool. That shop is in the one shop that wants that much though is in a prime location. Would love to have my work in there. They got a beautiful store. They truly do. Amazing advertisement. Just a really great place in that aspect. But as far as business goes, I can't take 40% of my, while you get 60 to. Nah, I'm good. I'll keep it. Thanks anyway. It'll work for me. What's going on, Michael? You're back. $7%. That is. Got to remember, I'm in New York State. Things are. 7% is tax rate where you guys are at. Gotcha. Yeah, no Demu stuff here. Well, I'm not going to say that. Have you ever seen some people that carve from other countries? Oh my word. Amazing. Can't think of it. The channel. There's a channel on here. They carve like action figures out of really dense stuff from in another country. And their tools look very primitive and concerning, like some chainsaws that should be in the dumpster. And then hand chisels and some power tools, and oh wow. The pieces they create are just the detail. Absolutely ridiculous. I followed their thing to their site once, their link, and they sell these crazy pieces for like $300, $500, and I'm like, if I were to create that piece, that just doesn't seem like enough money. Like, no way. You gotta be kidding me. The amount of detail they do, it's just wild. Wild, I say. Jim's back. Hey, Jim. We're gonna be working on that cardinal here in a minute, my man. You sell yours for 40. These cardinals here, last year were all 65. This year they're going to 70. But I say this, know your area, know your clientele, know what people are willing to pay for the pieces that you're creating. You know what I mean? Be honest with yourself and your own skill level. Don't price yourself out. You price yourself out for the work that you create, and you may sit on those pieces for a long time. Not saying $40 is good. I'm just saying, as you develop your skill, don't be so quick to jump your prices through the roof. Push your prices up when you can't keep up with demand. So when demand is high for your cardinals and you've got to make like 10 of these a day just to keep up, like 3-4 days a week, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do at least 10 or 20, and I got to do that 3-4 days a week. I got to make, 50, 60, 70 cardinals a week, maybe even 40. You're gonna make 40 cardinals a week at a certain period of time. It's time to get those prices bumped up. But if you're selling onesies and twosies here and there, you're getting your name out. Keep that price where you're happy and people are happy buying. Get your name out there. Get that stuff rolling. When you're just starting to go. Even now, I'm not trying to make a fortune. I'm not. I want to pay my bills and do what I love to do. Have free time for the kids and the family and be able to work on my time. Work when I want to work. So, people are always like, you could charge more for this or more for that. I could, but I could also sit on it for the next, 6 months. I want to sell it now. Craft fairs are a good place to sell, but you got to be careful where you live. Again, when you start talking taxes and your laws and all that stuff, you got to make sure you're, following up and doing your due diligence so you don't get in trouble. It's not just like go carve stuff and sell it and, get away with it kind of deal. You gotta, you gotta do what you gotta do. For me, this is more of a legitimate business, and I gotta keep it as much on the up and up as I can. Tony, what's up? Michael, what's happening? Aaron, yeah, Chainsaw Art has a danger fee. I like that. When people, well, that's why I got those t-shirts, Carve or Starve. Those are, I think they're in the shop tab. Yeah, it's raining. That chill is starting to... I guess this is 40. Chilly, rainy weather starts to be a bummer. Got all my peeps on here. Gonna be 40 this month. If anybody wants to buy me a 500i for my birthday, that's it. I'll be all right. I'm good with that. So airbrushing a piece like this, guys, this is where you can really take this piece right. So here we are. Here's this piece. It looks like we've already, but it's not. It's shadowing of the light. You see I started the bird? But you add the shadows with the airbrush. Yeah, Michael, I'm still trying with that 500i for my birthday. Just enough shadowing around there. Shadow on the rocks. Through the overhang. Shadow here. here where you put your initials in. And then run out of paint just as you try to complete it. Yeah, that's what everybody says, Mayberry. My plan is just keep working like I'm 20. Until you physically can't. Wake up, say, you're a beast, you're a beast, you're a beast. Get it done. Just keep moving. Some people will say warrior mindset, beast mindset, and you just, I don't know. That's what I do. You have those days where you're tired and whatnot, and it's just like, you know what? Bam, 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 just keep going. Just keep going. Some days I don't sleep well, you know, so like you be out here running saws for a whole day, you're running out 4 hours of sleep. It's just like, you got stuff to do. That's what I tell myself. There's stuff to do. I got stuff to do. I got to shoot hoops with the kid. We got to go for a walk. I got carving to do. I got videos to create. I got chainsaws to work on. There's stuff to do. Just keep it moving. That's right. So that's paint. So that looks like a shelf overhang, right? We did some black here. It's really tough in this light. There's our cardinal. See our tree bark? We did the black line up and around the wood there. Here's something moving. I probably got a skunk out here kicking around again. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. This one we carved, that one I carved on my other channel, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue, all right? So if you guys want to work on saws, you want to do any of that stuff, you can check out my other channel, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue. I've been going live. So I've been going live here chainsaw carving. And then if I'm like, I got a lot to do still, I've been going live for a second time, or for, again, but on the other channel. And so YouTube's been letting me go live, right, on both channels to carve. So we did that live over there. That video is uploaded if you want to see it. We carved this live today on the upload from earlier today. I have this theory, I've said it for a long time. Some people love it, some people hate it, but I've said it. Idle hands are the devil's handiwork, so you might as well stay busy. Keeps you out of trouble. The Lord's made me a busy man, because otherwise I'd probably be in a lot of trouble. It always seems like people that just have absolutely nothing to do. Not always, I shouldn't say always. That's not always true either. Plenty of people, though, that have nothing to do tend to really need a hobby. Our younger generations need a hobby. They need something to do. Appreciate y'all hanging out. 53 thumbs up tonight. 53 likes. That's awesome. That'll be that, I guess. Yeah, kids love their phones and all that stuff. But you know, like my son loves all that. He's been playing with those mini skateboards lately and little dirt bikes. So I've been building him little skateboard ramps out of wood. He said, "Hey Dad, could we do this idea? Get him to help me a little bit, you know, but at the same time I want him to be a kid. I don't want him to be like working his butt off all the time like me right now. I want him to do kid stuff and have fun. As far as phones go, like that kid runs like 2 YouTube channels of his own. He's runs 2 or 3 different TikToks of his own. He's not making any money off them yet, but those are things that he pursues, and so I point him in the direction of keeping content on a certain track, and he does well with some. He's got a football one that he does, and I'm like, dude, like, but he got bored with it, and I was like, it's growing. Like, you're almost to your first 1,000 subs. What are you doing, man? Keep putting up content, you'll make money. And he's like, I don't know, I want to do something else. Okay, whatever, dude. Like, here's a little mini business you built all by yourself. The technology that they're able to do sometimes is just, I don't know, really good at. .38 watching. Appreciate you guys staying. Yep. Well, that was done. Dunzo. Got his little birch tree. A little bit of black highlights on there. I had to double take, thought I froze for a minute there. Hey, Barry. You leaving? Have a good one. Thanks for being here. Black. Let them dry. His eyes will get hand painted so they really pop. You guys kind of see what's going on there. This piece actually got a quick coat of clear. I forgot I did that when I first carved this a while back. So this bear, the other bear, got sprayed with clear coat, and then now we painted over it. It'll get sprayed again once everything dries tomorrow. But cut through. I love doing little hollow spaces and cutting through it. Brings that piece to life. Truthfully does. Thanks, Jim. Alright, let's get this one out. Alright, here. This one's easy. We're gonna go with the color black. Just black. Probably could just leave it brown and probably sell just like this, but that's a maybe sell. Paint it black, it's a guaranteed sell. These little ones are where I practice form, guys. Like, I'll practice form and shapes on smaller pieces and then try to apply it on a larger scale when I do bigger carving. Works well with bears and simple stuff. You get into eagles, it's really tough to do it small. But you can do the basic shape without feathers and things. I enjoy smalls. I really, really enjoy like carving small pieces and try and get as much detail as I can, like this, and the cardinals, and the moose and things. Some of my favorite work is just like this size, you know? It's challenging. One mistake and you mess the whole piece up, because even if you got the smallest bar and chain on your saw, a little bit of kickback ruins your whole piece, you know? So you really gotta like focus and you know, do your best to know what it is you're trying to create and just stay focused on making that happen. So anyway, I really enjoy big pieces like this. This particular bear, I really like his stance, his style. It all really depends on where you're located there in murky waters, you know. If brown bears exist where you are, then, you know, brown bears probably sell. Black bears are in your area, black bears are what's going to sell. Thanks, Travis. I appreciate it. You know, while I am here running a YouTube channel and like doing the stuff that I do here, that's, you know, part of the whole thing. Inspiring people to improve or chase that dream, you know, make their hobby a full-time thing, just improve their art, just improve their hobby. I had someone point out to me, you know, you're always like, you know, work toward leaving that day job. Because that was me. I worked toward leaving that day job, but finally was able to do that. I love it. I don't regret 1 minute of it. But I also realize some people are okay working that 9 to 5 and just having a hobby on the side. And, you know, just have fun with it. Enjoy it. If you want to be able to pursue it as a full-time thing, then things get serious, you know? We have many streams of revenue in my household. And that doesn't mean many streams that are huge amounts of revenue. What that means is just like, we don't have all our eggs in one basket. You know, you can get fired from a job, they can let you go. You can decide you want to quit, whatever it may be. They might tell you you've taken too many sick days for your kids or a family member, and you know, if that's it, that's it. Can you get by without it? And you know, we just kind of got to a point where I worked at a job for a long time, a job that I didn't like. The majority of the people there didn't like me, and that's okay. You don't have to like your fellow co-workers. And you know, wasn't the best supervisor that I could be there because I hated that job. Absolutely hated it. So pursuing this and pursuing YouTube since 2015, it's awesome to have over 26,000 subscribers. It's awesome to just share my art. It's cool to make a few dollars from YouTube. But you know, this is what I do. This is what I love, and it gives me the freedom to have the time with my family. I see your question. Give me just a second. Don't get me wrong, I realize it's like 8 o'clock at night and I'm out here, but me and the boy shot hoops. He's been on his scooter. We like we've had family time. And we're going to go in and have more family time in a minute, you know? But this stuff gives me the freedom to not miss games or have to beg for early release from work, 'cause it feels like prison, you know, to not miss stuff. I think we get it twisted up. We got to buy new things, keep up with the Joneses. Really, we should be working for time. Work for time, work for time. We only got so much of it. This piece, CH Motors, how much for this bear right here? I'm gonna be honest, I like this guy. Probably 95, 100 bucks. Yeah. Probably 95 bucks. Probably 95 bucks. Yeah, once his eyes are done. Yeah, Murky, it's tough, right? I mean, I did my job for 14 years. Was at a job, great pay, health, dental, eye, all that stuff included. A boss that didn't know how to boss. I became somebody that had to sit in front of a computer and tell guys that were older than me what to do, and then my boss would tell me to hound them all day. So I would go hound them, they'd give me flack, then my boss would give me a hard time because they weren't doing, like, you know what, I'm just sick of that garbage. Sick of it. The boss didn't have the cojones to go tell people to get to work, and all they wanted, all those guys wanted was for their boss to come in the room and say, you guys need to get to work. They didn't want to hear it from me. They wanted him to get off his butt, get his feet off his desk, stop scrolling Google Maps, and go tell them to get to work, and he'd refuse. He'd refuse to do it. And, I don't know. Worked there 14 years. Think I got threatened with my job 10 times for asking questions. Ask questions. Should get threatened for asking a question. You got it, Murky. Right there. Soul killing. Soul killing job. Absolutely. Pays the bills. You make great money, though. You can keep up with the Joneses. Soul killing. Not worth it. Yeah, it's a bear. It's tough to see with all the horrible lighting, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to go get 2 more LEDs and put them behind you guys up here, and hopefully it'll make a difference next time we're out here. But it's after 8. I gotta skate. We did that. Got a bear with a tree, cardinal tree. You guys can watch this video. It's uploaded from earlier today live. Cardinal and a tree. Check it out on my other channel, Kyle's Chainsaw Rescue. Help me grow that. We're getting close to 3,000 subs on that channel. It'd be nice to hit 3. Moose, white birch. We got a whole row of cardinals over there. Appreciate y'all watching, guys. Always enjoy the time with you. And stay safe, and probably see you soon, because going lives are fun. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.